I ain't man, it's your motherfucking boy KSHOTEM and all that, man. Just had to come through to make this another video for y'all for today, you know what I mean? Just like I said in the last video, you feel me? And if you haven't seen that, go check that shit out, that Road Company video. This is that Zombie Army trilogy, you feel me? Mission Tower of Hellfire, which, you know, it's a pretty hectic mission, I ain't gonna lie to you, you know what I mean? I was even hitting the wrong buttons and shit because I've been playing a lot of other games type shit. And this will caught me by surprise type shit. Fool fucking popped out of nowhere. I had to mow that boy down real quick. But yeah, the best way to play this is kick all these boys, you know what I'm talking about? You know, there's gonna be a whole bunch of them coming and all that, so you're gonna want to knock all these fools right out the way. Type shit. I ain't gonna lie though, this part is the easier part to this mission. The second part I would say is a little more difficult. It's the actual boss area. You know what I'm talking about? You know, I would advise everybody, you know what I'm talking about, once you hit all them boys, you feel me? They're gonna be coming from behind you and in front of you, you know, so you're gonna want to, you know what I'm talking about, get up in this little area, knock them back. But once you clear them all out, you want to go back up to the top. You know, I didn't show that whole part because this video is gonna be a long video then, you know what I'm talking about? So yeah, man, this is the second half where you're actually gonna go to the boss. That first part ain't tricky, you know what I'm talking about? You're gonna get through that. This second part, you feel me, this specific part isn't too hard, you feel me? And you're gonna see me wandering around a lot, you know, because, you know, there's these gold bars and the bottle of blood that you want to find, and you want to get that because that goes towards the trophy of the game and actually completing the game, you know what I mean? And you know me, I like to do all that shit, so I might as well get it all. So you gonna see me like wandering around like this, you feel me, just, you know, just checking it out. But this game though, I just like the detail, the artwork, you know, I mean, it's just a really interesting game, you know what I mean? Just the whole time frame, you know, you catch Hitler in this thing, you know, so it's just kind of like crazy that they have like history in the game, you know what I mean, because it's supposed to be from that time frame, you know what I mean, like the Nazi shit, the Germany and all that, you feel me? And I mean, if for everybody I don't know too, it's like, you know, like they was going at the US way back in the day too, you know, like Hitler, that boy was going at everybody, you know what I mean, like for real. And everybody always try to take him out, even his own people, you know what I mean? So it's just kind of like crazy, like the whole story on that. Hey, and if you've seen that big boy, you want to make sure you take out that big boy with the big gun, obviously, right? Because he's gonna kill your ass if you let any of these zombies come through. Which, you know, we just did this in one go around, you know, it wasn't no difficult shit. And whoever don't use that gun, man, I'm sorry, but you just slow, you know what I'm talking about, because you have to use that gun in order to kill all this shit, you feel me? Especially the big boy. Anytime you have a big boy and you got the big boy gun, you gotta try to get to it, you know what I'm talking about? And this was actually hella fun, you know what I mean? Like hella chill and shit like that. You know, I had a mission right before this one, it was pretty rough, whatever, you know. This one, I thought it was gonna be more rough than it was, but it ended out to be, you know, pretty slight. But I did do it a couple times. The bridge that I was at, I had ran that probably like 2 times. I had died and shit like that. I just didn't show you the full half of that video because it was pretty long, you know, I ain't gonna lie to you. This video is already gonna be almost 20 minutes, you know what I mean? So I don't want to, you know, make it too long. But yeah, man, all you gotta do is yop these boys down. And like I said, I really like the artwork of this shit, this building and all that, you know. Old boys was crawling around, you know what I'm talking about? It's like, hey boy, you better get up type shit, you feel me? Like, what you doing? You can't be sleeping on the job, brother. Yeah, you could kick the shit out of people, man. I like how that shit, you know, kick that boy's head right off. Boy, don't be crawling around over here, boy, you know what I'm talking about? Like, we get them up out of there, boy. And you gotta run everybody's pockets too. Yeah, man, you always gotta run their pockets, man. Stop playing with me, man. Yeah, man, so we finna get to this next half of this mission right here, this right here, we just, I actually speed run through this little part. I ain't gonna lie to you. I kind of sensed there wasn't too much activity going on, you know what I mean? I kind of just like ran through this shit. I ain't gonna lie to you. A motherfucker was just running through this bitch, kicking this shit out them hoes. But yeah, if you play this game and you get stuck on some of these missions, you feel me? I'm gonna be definitely uploading gameplay to a lot of missions, and I'm gonna be going and replaying this game over a couple times and all that, you know what I mean? So I'll definitely be posting a lot more content, a lot more videos, because I know people play this game and it's been out a long time, I ain't gonna lie, like 2016 or some shit I think it came out. But a lot of people do play this game. It's a really fun game, and I'm sure there's people that get stuck on some of these missions. Me, I run it solo, you know what I mean? I believe to get some of the trophies though, I have to play like with the squad at some point in time, I think. I don't know. We're gonna find out though. But I be playing this shit solo. A lot of things I do solo, you know what I mean? And I like the challenge though, you know what I mean? Damn, look at this fool. I try to kick him. Yeah, I like the challenge of things, and I feel like it's more rewarding to myself, and then I'm making content. I can't lie, that fool kind of spooked the shit out of me, you know what I'm talking about? Because when you have the headset and shit, you could hear all that, you know what I mean? So like when fools just like fucking pop out the woodworks like that, the corners and shit, like you ain't even fucking like aware, but like your sounds are so up, and like they do have hella like the spooky sounds going, you know what I'm talking about? Like this game hella spooky, you know what I'm talking about? Like don't get it fucked up, you know what I'm talking about? Like if you like, you know what I'm talking about, like real soft and shit like that, and scared about whatever, you know what I'm talking about, whatever it is, you know what I'm talking about, like you scared of ants and shit like that, yeah, if you scared of ants and flies and stuff, I wouldn't advise to play this game. And that's why it's rated M for mature, because if you look at it, I mean, does it look like a pansy ass game a pansy motherfucker would be playing? Probably not, because this shit had me jumping a couple times. If you go watch me live playing this shit, then you'll know. Because I play this game live, and then I record the gameplay, and then, of course, I go and make it after, right? So, yeah, like, you could see me, whoa, you know what I'm talking about? Stop playing. This shit is Spooky Joe Frazier, nigga. What are you talking about? Spooky Joe Frazier, boy. And right here, I'm always looking for, like, the gold bars and all that, because I try to get as many of those as I could. I think I need to get 75. I think I got about, like, I don't know, like, fucking 12 to 20 or some shit. Who knows? But, yeah, those shits, you feel me? That's what I'm saying. You got to play through this shit a couple times. Whatever, right? Like, but I feel like, making content of these games, I'm getting use out of them now, because I bought these games a long time ago, but I never actually like really played them type shits, you know what I'm talking about? So that's where like now I'm able to like go and play them, make content, and enjoy them, when before like I just bought them shits, and I don't know why, but there was a time frame that I would just buy fucking games for no fucking reason. I ain't gonna lie to you, like 2016, 2015, and around those areas, like a motherfucker would just be bored and buy a game, like, and not even play the shit. So now, like, that's where I'm going back and playing them and getting use out of them. But yeah, this is the last parts of that mission. You got the boss right here. The boss isn't, hard at all, you feel me? That fool's easy as hell, I ain't gonna lie to you. It's just, he be spawning a lot of, his peoples and shit like that. And, they could be getting piled up and all that, because obviously you got this little area right here. But there is the back over there, which I didn't even know at first that I could go back there. So I was doing everything right here and down there first, and then I realized, oh, I could go back there type shit, and that just made it easy. So right here, I just, basically start kicking the shit out to you boys, you know what I'm talking about? And you gotta, when you kick them down, you always gotta take their heads off, or else they're just gonna come right back up. So yeah, the boss, if you having a hard time understanding what's going on, obviously if you played the other bosses similar to this one, so you should already know like how to take them out. But if you trying to learn, right, you gotta take the skulls off of them, you know what I mean? So all them skulls you see flying around them, you gotta knock them shits down, you know what I mean? Like kill them shits, you know. And whenever you knock them all out, he kind of like lets his guard down, and then you could like shoot him in the head, and it really only takes like 2 or 3 waves of that, and then he dies, you know what I mean? So right here, you know, the most important thing of course is, you know, try to get as many of those, you know, shot, so he could be in this stage where you can hit him. And as you see, they was smacking the shit out of me. I hit him right there, you know what I mean? That's why it's important you gotta take as many of these zombies out the mix as you could, you know what I'm talking about, because they just gonna keep on coming and coming and coming. And you know, as the waves come, you know, he's gonna spawn different types of enemies, you know what I mean? So you gotta really be on your P's and Q's. You always gotta be looking behind you and all that, because you know these motherfuckers, you don't know where they're gonna come from. I ain't gonna lie to you, like these boys be spooky. So yeah, like I come over here, you know, I like to observe the area. I realize, okay, there's not too many zombies, but I realize, you know, okay, he's gonna keep spawning them or whatever. So let me just come over here real quick, see if I could, you know what I mean. I actually wasn't sure if they were gonna come a lot. I was just like, fuck it, like let me just use this gun now, because I knew if they were gonna come a lot at a time, like I was gonna take their ass out. And if a lot came, then I would have already known, like shit, I'm probably gonna die. But see how I took all those fools out? I'm like, alright, well shit, fuck it, like I'm going back up, right? Because there's, you know, no point to be right there. So that's where, you feel me, I took out these skulls right here. And you know, by this time, you feel me, it was a clear scene, you feel me? Ain't no zombies around really, you know what I mean? It was pretty easy, this part, but I mean, everybody's different. Maybe they have different experiences and shit like that, I don't know. But you know what I mean, we had to knock his ass out right here, checkpoint. And I think this is the part where I get around the back after I get back on this gun, because I think I figured, you know, this is like the second wave. This is the time where I'm gonna actually have to use the gun, because you know, the first wave I was up there comfortably taking the ass out, whatever. But once he spawned them fire dudes, I knew that the boss was on the ground now. And when he's on the ground, you know, he don't do nothing really. Like he ain't gonna hurt you, harm you, nothing. He's actually really easy to kill. It just, he's gonna spawn like a whole bunch of fire people that's gonna try to run at you and get you. So you just gotta, you know what I'm talking about, wiggle through that, whatever. So once that came, I realized this is why they put this gun here, right? But you know, you have to take away those big boys with the fucking grenade or the explosives, you feel me? The suicide zombies, as they call them, you know what I mean? But so yeah, you just want to, you know, this is where I knew this gun was gonna come in handy, because I knew like, okay, this is where they all gonna come in like a mug, right? So the second wave, I would say that's where you want to use this gun. Take out, you know, once you take out all this shit, it's easy to just go up there and kill old boy, right? Hell, I think he even comes right here and I kill him. I can't remember, but you know, that shit's really easy to do. You know what I'm talking about? Because it's like, you just on a big ass gun right there, you feel me? So if you're having a hard time with this mission, just know the second wave, and see, there he is right there. You know me, I just started laying shots. And he's pretty much done by the time he gets to the staircase. Because yeah, we had already shot him a couple times, you know what I mean? And as y'all see, that shit was actually pretty slight for me, you know what I mean? I don't know about anybody else, but I hope that helps people find the answers to what they're looking for. And this fool, shit, he let me get up out the way, but he stood right in front of that thing. But yeah, man, I really fuck with this game. You know, I would advise anybody to go buy. You know, it's a single player. You could play it co-op too. Hell, I play it co-op with somebody and all that. You know, I don't mind, but I fuck with this shit though. You know what I mean? I think it's a really fun game, and I think the art and everything, like, it's just really nice. Oh shit, I thought that shit was it. So yeah, this is where I got up there and I was like, oh shit, like I could actually like get behind this shit. So I knew like it was gonna be real easy after that to do this last part. But I really didn't know if this last part was gonna be like real rough or easy. I really didn't know, you know what I mean? Because shit, it's the last wave. But it actually ended up being really easy. I don't even think, if I remember right, I don't even think I used that gun, you know what I mean? I think I just basically, you feel me, knocked his ass out right here and he was done. You feel me? That was it. Homeboy went down. Hit him with the last shot, you feel me? Stopped playing. But yeah, that was actually a really easy mission, boss, whatever. I have about 4 or 5 more missions to do, and then the game is like over it as far as the story goes. So yeah, this is a little clip from the story, you know what I mean? They get the, I guess the relic or whatever it is, you know, to try to defeat the zombies, you know what I mean? The antidote for the zombies, you know what I'm talking about? Stop playing. It kills them and all that, you feel me? It's that antidote, you feel me? So yeah, that's a little mission for tonight for y'all, you know what I'm talking about? That's Tower of Hellfire. Hope that find the answers to your problems, you know what I mean? Make sure you hit that thing with a like, subscribe, drop a comment, you know what I'm talking about? Go follow me on the PlayStation and all that, you feel me? And stay tuned for more, you know what I'm talking about? Because we definitely got more content coming soon, man. All y'all gotta do is stay locked in and tuned in, man, and you gonna see. Make sure you hit that post notification bell so you don't miss anything I got dropping, man. You already know, man. It's your boy KSHOTEM, and I'm out.